do we use cosine rule? First of all, cosine rule is applicable to the triangles which are not right. Like in a right angle triangle, you can simply apply SOHCAHTOA and the Pythagoras theorem. But here, what happens when the triangle is not right? And then you have to find the missing sides and angles. So let's say you have this triangle which is not right. It can be obtuse or any other triangle. Okay, so you have the three vertices here, A, B, C, and like opposite side to the A vertex is small a, opposite side to B vertex is small b, and opposite side to C vertex is small c. And these angles we will correspond to them like A, B and C. Okay, so how do we find the side? Let's say we find the side first. Okay, the formula for the cosine rule, let's say we are now going to find side A. Okay, side A, so you will take the square of the side which you want to find, keep it equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides, which will be b square plus c square. Okay, the other two sides are c and b, so you will take the squares of those and then add them, and then minus 2 times the same sides b and c other than a, so bc, and then cos of the angle opposite to the side which you are finding. We're finding a here, so we will use its opposite angle which is a, so cos of a. Okay, so this is the formula to find the side of right angle the triangle which is not right. Okay, so now we are gonna apply the same rule to the side B. Okay, let's say you're now gonna find side B, so this side B. Okay, AC, so you will keep the square of B and keep it equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides, which is A and C in this case. So now you will write the square of A plus the square of C, and then minus 2 times the same sides other than B, which is A and C, AC, and then cosine of the angle opposite to the side you're finding. You're finding side B, so you will use the angle opposite to the side B, which is B, capital B. Okay, so the cosine of that angle. Similarly, if we go with the C side, this C side, then the other, you will take the square of C. The square of C equals to the sum of the squares of the other two sides, which is now A and B in this case. So it's going to be square of A plus square of B minus 2, the same sides A and B, okay, other than C, which is A and B, and then the cosine of the angle opposite to C, which is C in this case. Okay, so this is how you can learn the formulas and keep them in mind. The side you are gonna find, you keep it on the left hand side, and the angle used here will be the angle opposite to that side. Okay, let's do some example related to that. Here, calculate the missing length of the triangle. So which length is missing? If we see, the AC is missing. As you can see, you are given AB, which is 4.5 centimeter, BC is 5.5 centimeter, and the angle at B is 160. So we're gonna name the missing side as X, let's say. Okay, and we make sure that opposite angle to X should be given, and yes, that is given. Okay, AC is missing and the opposite angle to AC is 160, which is given here. So let's apply the cosine rule. As we can see, we are given two lengths and one missing length, and the angle between those two lengths is given. Okay, so yes, cosine rule is applicable if you have two given lengths and the angle between them is there, so you can find the third side opposite to the angle using the cosine rule. So missing side, I'm just going to keep my missing side, which is X, so the square of X equals to the sum of the squares of the other two sides, which is 4.5 and 5.5. so I will keep it 4.5 squared plus 5.5 squared. Let me just write it down, I don't have enough space. So I'll write x squared is equals to 4.5 squared plus 5.5 squared minus 2 times the other two lengths, which is 4.5 again and 5.5, and then cosine of the angle opposite to the missing side. So the missing side is x. I will use the angle opposite to that, which is 160 in this case. Okay, so what you can do, you can directly put everything in the calculator. So we're just gonna put the whole thing in the calculator here. So 4.5 squared plus 5.5 squared minus 2 times 4.5 times 5.5 times the cosine of 160 degrees. Okay, so here you get the value for x squared, which was, it's 97.0147. okay, and but you need the x, you don't need the square of x, so we will square root both sides. We'll square root both sides and the value of x will come out to be, okay, here you don't have to write the answer again, so you can just put the square root of the answer. It will ultimately take the previous answer you got on the calculator, press equal, you got 9.849. 9.849. Okay, in British curriculum A levels, you always round up the answer till 3 decimal places. So yeah, three significant figures. So these are your 3 significant figures, 984, and the figure after 4, the digit after 4 is 9, which is greater than 5. So I'll just add 1 to the previous one, which will make it x equals 9.85. A centimeter is the missing length which you wanted to find. Okay, 9.85 is the value of x here. Now let's do another example where the angle is missing but all the 3 sides are given. Yes, here you can see all the 3 sides are given, but one of the angle is missing. So yes, in this case you will again use the cosine rule. Just work according to the given formula you had and you will get that. Let's say the B angle is missing here, which is x, and the opposite side is 10. So yeah, we will just put the values according to the formulas we used above. I will use that 10 squared here equals to the square sum of the squares of the other two sides, which is 4 and 8. So the square of 4 plus square of 8 minus 2 times 4 times 8 again, and cosine of the angle opposite to the missing side, though the side was not missing, but if we are using 10 here with this 10 side here, so along with the cosine I will get the angle opposite to 10, which is x in this case. Okay, now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna simplify it. So what you can do, you keep the 10 squared here, move 4 squared here, minus 4 squared, 8 squared becomes minus 8 squared, equals to minus 2 times 4 times 8 cosine of x. Okay, so if we we'll just directly put everything in the calculator. So here we can do 10 square minus 4 square minus 8 square, and 8 times 4 is 32, 32 times 2 is 64, so minus 64 cos of x. Now divide both sides, since you have to find the x angle. Okay, so we're just gonna isolate the cosine of x now. I will remove minus 64, which is getting multiplied with the cos of x, so I will divide minus 64 on both sides. Okay, so here minus 64 is gone, so cos of x value is basically 10 squared minus 4 squared minus 8 squared over minus 64. You know that we need x, so we don't want cos with it, and whenever the cosine or any trigonometric function moves to the other side, you take its inverse. So cos on the other side will become cos inverse of this whole thing. Okay, so you don't have to write cosine here because you already moved it to the left hand side. Now we're just going to put everything in the calculator. How do you put cos inverse? You press shift and then cos. Okay, now we put the fraction first. Okay, in the fraction you get square. 10 squared minus 4 squared minus 8 squared, and when we come in the bottom we write minus 64. Okay, and bracket close, press equal. You got 108. It's 108.209. Okay, that is your x, but we round up till, okay, it's in degrees, but we round up till 3 significant figures always. So these are my 3 significant figures, and after 8 I have 2 which is less than 5, so I don't have to put add 1, so it's just gonna be 108. Degrees is gonna be the value of your x. Yeah, so that's it for today.